what are you bitching about today?
So I just recently finished the documentary Shiny Happy People, which is about, and it's the subtitle is I always say it wrong because I want to say it in like Spanish, but Duggar, not Duggar, Duggar Family Secrets. I know Duggar is the way I want to say it. Duggar Family Secrets. And that was the family that, for folks who don't know, 19 and Counting was a television show on the Learning Channel at the time, which I don't know how it was called the Learning Channel, and I don't know what made it came to be. But what was shocking to me actually about this documentary, besides like knowing that they were a weird Christian fundamentalist family, like what was really shocking is that the television show, and you were just talking about all of the, you know, folks who are just saying like, you know, woke is LGBTQ and bye drag and all that stuff. And there's this homeschooling movement, so you don't say gay in schools. But this homeschooling movement was popularized by this family on national television.
On the Learning Channel of all places.
The Learning Channel of all places. And they were a moneymaker. Yeah. Like they were the biggest moneymaker. And it was kind of wild because David Zaslav makes an appearance because he was advocating for this family to be on television.
Oh, God.
Who now is in charge of Warner Brothers Discovery, who is one of the most evil folks in the Writers Guild strike, as we see. So it was just blowing my mind to see how a reality television show popularized what we're actually seeing on every day now. What we're seeing with this, like, you know, homeschool your children, or in North Hollywood, I saw last week that there were parents protesting a pride in North Hollywood. Like, we're seeing this everywhere. And the thing that was kind of wild to me about the documentary was that Josh Duggar, you know, he ran for state senate. He was in the Arkansas state senate. Very good friends with Mike Huckabee. Sarah Huckabee Sanders is the governor now. And like, they are repeating, now that I look at the principles of this kind of religious cult that they were a part of, which is called the Institute of Basic Life, it's actually what we're seeing.
The Institute of not wrapping it up.
Yeah. It's like, that's what we see now. Like these folks. And so it just mentioned like Generation Joshua, which I actually didn't realize was a project of the homeschooling movement to get homeschool people in the highest levels of government. And one of their, guess who's one of their alumni? He's a former congressman.
No.
Madison Cawthorn.
Oh, Cawthorn. They're the only thing. Bro, the only thing worse than being governed by like a bunch of libertarians is being governed by a bunch of homeschooled ass, like antisocial weirdos that have 18 brothers, you know, and sisters. Just like, oh my God, you're so unstable. You do not know how to talk to people. So, and the Duggars, I love that because I love the sort of like, there's always some fucking institute or some like secret society that you didn't know about behind the scenes. But obviously then the out front scandal was that one of the Duggars was like abusing his siblings, correct?
Yeah, that's the whole documentary actually talks to one of the sisters who, if for the first time, is speaking out against her family.
Wow.
And Josh touched them in 2003. Their show didn't get canceled to 2014. And then what they did, but wait, they canceled it and then made the two daughters who were abused, the stars of the show, rebranded it because it was such a cash cow for Discovery, which owned the Learning Channel. And the daughter, Jill was saying through the documentary, till this day, she's never seen a dime. It was all her parents signed it all away. Yep.
Fucking, of course not. Yep. No. Yep. It's the height. That is the height of exploitation. Like, I'm not saying I would pocket most of the money if I ever made my daughter a star, but no, that is, oh, that's so sick, yo. That is so sick. And so, and like, I think so the other thing that happened this week that I find fascinating is that like big expose on like Chris Licht of CNN, right? And, you know, I was going to talk about it on this show, but it's too much. The problem is with this whole expose that apparently it's like, oh, Chris Licht of CNN, he's dead after the Trump town hall. It's going to be terrible. He's going to be ousted. I don't even know. Did he get fired yet?
I don't know.
But I'm like, yeah, but who is he answering to? He's answering to David Zaslav. Like, he's making it seem in this entire interview that it's him, that he's sort of a maverick, that it's no. And and at the end of the day, he's a Tom Wambsgans running cover for Mattson, running cover for Logan Roy. Like, that's all he is. He's that suit. It's Zaslav who's behind all this shit. And that is so creepy that you can oversee a show with that kind of premise. And then there was like abuse, the show continued, and then you just get to be president of a major media empire. Like,
it's so bizarre. It was just like the whole thing was bizarre. And I mean, it's also just like, you feel for these women, right? They were raised in this environment. They didn't know anything. They're not allowed to watch TV. They're not allowed to right, even though they were on TV, they were not allowed to watch TV.
Is this part of their homeschooling?
Yeah, this is a part of the Institute of Basic Life Principles, whatever it's called. Yeah. And so you're not allowed to actually watch TV, but yet they wanted to use television to give their message to the masses. And the legacy is, we are seeing the legacy today of like folks going back to like the fundamentalist culture, but making it more internet acceptable or TikTok acceptable.
Oh yeah.
Fun, you know, like you see that. That's what's happening. They want
right. It's normalizing it rather than being like they're not like seen as outliers or weirdos. It's just, that's really creepy. The Institute of Basic Ass Life. We're really basic. This is the Institute of like basic bitches. And
it's wild.
We wear our bonnets. We love them. This is my sister wife, Rose all day. What's going on, Frantifa? If you haven't already, subscribe to this channel right now. Hit that button. And also, you can become a patron and support the show every single week. Get access to bonus episodes and exclusive merchandise. Patreon.com/bitchuation room. Do it.